Why does the sun get blocked by clouds though it is bigger than the Earth?
Kindly Rabbit, are you sunbathing? Kindly Rabbit!
The sky was overcast the past few days and I felt terrible. Since the sun is out today, I thought I would sunbathe a bit.
Ooh, sunlight is good for our health, but don't get exposed to it for too long.
Ah, Professor, the sun is so big, but why does it get blocked by the clouds?
Oh, let me explain. Look at our hands. They may be small, but they are able to block our eyes and shield us from the sunlight. When we look at things that are near, they appear big, while things are far away appear small. Though the sun is big, it is very far away from us. It appears like a disc. The cloud may be small, but it is nearer to us than the sun. That's why it looks bigger. Since the cloud is nearer to us, it blocks the sun, which appears smaller because of the distance. Are you clear now? Kindly Rabbit, what's the matter? What's on your mind?
Something is very, very strange, Professor. The sun, which is so far away, is blocked by the big head of yours.
Well, she's learning.
Why is there thunder after lightning?
Thunderstorm! How scary! The sound of thunder takes a long time to come. That's strange.
Frisky Frog, there's a thunderstorm. Why are you still standing here?
Well, Professor, why is it that lightning and thunder don't happen at the same time? I find it very odd.
Are you wondering why the sound of thunder comes so much later than lightning?
Yes. Can you tell me why?
Let me explain. Children usually cover their ears when they see lightning during a thunderstorm. That is because they know lightning will be followed by thunder. Actually, lightning and thunder occur at the same time. You may ask why we always hear the sound of thunder later. Just compare lightning and thunder to two runners who are competing. Lightning runs especially fast. It appears before us in the blink of an eye. Thunder is slower. The sound it makes takes a longer time to be heard by us. Also, light travels faster than sound. That explains why we hear thunder only after we've seen lightning. Are you clear?
Huh? Ah! Oh, that was a loud one!
Oh, look at me. I've been struck by lightning. That explains why the thunder was so loud.
Where did mountains come from?
That's odd. Professor wants to hold classes at the top of the mountain, yet he is late. What is he up to? It's me.
Maybe there's no class today.
Says who?
Oh,
This mountain is really high. Oh, I'm so tired climbing all the way up here.
The bigger the hope, the bigger the disappointment.
Hello, everyone. I'm sorry I'm late. Our topic for today is, where do mountains come from? A long, long time ago, the land was not as solid and stable as now. It was just huge chunks of earth which were not joined together. As they pushed one another about, some parts of the land protruded upwards and formed the first mountains. With the passage of time, mountains slowly emerged. Also, some mountains were formed as volcanoes. Are you clear about this?
Yes, Professor.
Good. I'll ask Snoozy Pig to repeat what I said. Snoozy Pig, where did mountains come from?
Mountains? What mountains?
Oh, my goodness.
What causes the wind to blow?
Oh, Chirpy Bird, what happened to you?
Oh, it's all the wind's fault. It kept blowing up my direction until I got stuck in the tree.
Oh,
Professor, what causes the wind to blow?
oh, let me explain. Wind is caused by movement of the air. We're surrounded by air we need to live. Air can be hot or cold. As hot air is lighter, it rises and moves on top of cold air. When hot air rises, it is replaced by cold air. The air on land and in the oceans rises when it is warmed by the sun. Cold air from elsewhere will replace it. This movement of air is what causes the wind. The Earth is very big, so the movement of air is great. That explains why the wind can be very strong at times. Are you clear now, Chirpy Bird?
I know all about the wind.
Really? Everything about the wind?
Yes, and I'm going crazy. Ah!
Ugh. Oh dear, it must have been some fall.
Why is water from hot springs hot?
It's freezing.
How are you, Silky Snake?
It's such a cold day and you're still going for a bath? Aren't you afraid of the cold?
I'm going to bathe in a hot spring.
Hot spring? What is a hot spring? Is it hot?
Oh, hot spring water is very hot. We have springs everywhere. Springs with hot water are called hot springs. Some springs are warm enough to bathe in, while others are so hot that we can boil eggs in it. Why is hot spring water hot? Deep down in the ground is a substance called magma. It is very hot, many times hotter than a furnace. This is the hot water that emerges from the hot spring. So in winter, we don't have to worry about not having hot water to bathe in. But what's wrong, Silky Snake?
I am numb with cold standing here and listening to you. Please take me to the hot spring now.
Why are we unable to feel the Earth rotating?
Sit tight. I'm going to spin you faster. Be careful.
Stop it, Creaky Mouse, stop it! What's the matter with you? Why did you bully Steady Snail?
I didn't. It was him who wanted me to spin him around.
Steady Snail, is it true?
Yes, Professor. I told you so. I got dizzy when he spun me around. But why is it that I don't feel anything though the Earth is rotating?
Oh, it's a different thing altogether. When we are in a car or boat that is moving steadily, we won't feel a thing. But if we look out the window, things seem to recede as we ride past in top speed. We live on the Earth and the Earth's gravity keeps us firmly on the ground. Also, the way the Earth rotates is very steady. That's why we can't feel a thing. Then how do we know the Earth is rotating? If we observe the sun, moon and stars, we can see they rise from the east and set in the west. It means the Earth rotates from west to east. Are you clear about this?
I'm afraid we don't, Professor. Or maybe we'll understand if you let us do an experiment on you. Are you going for it?
Oh, no way! Stop it! Put me down! I can't take it anymore.
Why doesn't the moon fall from the sky?
Snoozy Pig, what are you doing with the wash basin?
Oh, I will catch the moon when it falls from the sky.
Oh, the moon will never fall from the sky.
How do you know?
Let me explain. The moon is the Earth's satellite. It revolves around the Earth. The moon's centrifugal force is able to make it move out of the Earth's orbit. But the Earth's centripetal force stops the moon from moving away, as centripetal force is equal in strength with the centrifugal force. Neither can override the other. That's why the moon will never be able to leave the Earth's orbit. In fact, the Earth, Moon and other planets that revolve around the Sun are all held together by a special force. Hence, they're able to stay in the sky. I hope you are clear about this, Snoozy Pig. Ah!
Professor, didn't you say that the moon would never fall from the sky? Well, see, you're wrong. The moon has just fallen down.
Oh, this is a rock, not the moon. Come and give me a hand.
Oh.
I'm out of breath.
Oh.
Why doesn't moonlight feel hot?
Oh, what a lovely lamp. It's so bright, too.
But it's making me very warm.
Oh, it's getting hotter. I can't stand it. This is better.
You dare go out at night, Steady Snail?
Well, there's moonlight, and I don't feel hot. By the way, why doesn't moonlight feel hot?
Oh, let me explain. The sun is a huge ball of fire. It gives off a lot of light and heat. That's why we feel hot under sunlight. The moon itself doesn't give off light. Moonlight is actually sunlight shining on the moon, which is then reflected into Earth. It is like using a mirror to reflect sunlight into a house. The moon is more than 380,000 kilometers from Earth. That's why sunlight that is being reflected into the Earth by the moon doesn't feel as hot. In winter nights, we may even feel that moonlight is cold. Actually, moonlight is neither hot nor cold. It's easy to understand, isn't it? Eh? Where's Steady Snail? Ah, the moon is blocked by some clouds.
Well, since the moon is gone, I have no choice but to make do with light from the lamp. But why am I feeling so hot?
Why are we able to jump very high up on the moon?
Wow, this is really something. He can jump higher than me.
Frisky Frog, what are you watching on TV? Oh, astronauts walking on the moon.
Oh, Professor, why are they able to jump so high?
Oh, let me explain. Sometimes we get to see programs on TV which show astronauts walking on the moon as if they are floating. By lifting their legs a little, they're able to jump very high. If they use more force, they can jump even higher. The moon is smaller than Earth. As such, its gravity pull is weaker by comparison, only about 1/6 of Earth's gravity. That's to say, if we can jump to a height of 1 meter on Earth, the same force that is used will enable us to jump to about 6 meters on the moon. I intend to make the moon my home. Life there is more suitable for me.
Oh, why is that so?
It will stop others from laughing at me and calling me a slow coach.
But if all of us were to move to the moon, you would still be the slowest.
Oh,
Are there day and night on the moon?
round and bright, I'm going to look at it all night. Ah! What are you doing, kitty cat? Now, I dropped some money here, so I came to look for it. Oh, I'm afraid you may only find it tomorrow when there's daylight. Huh? The moon is so big and round tonight. If we stay on the moon and it's always daylight there, then I won't have to be afraid of the dark, and you'll be able to find your money.
Says who, Steady Snail?
What?
Steady Snail, who told you there's always daylight on the moon? There's darkness on the moon too.
Really?
It is a fact. Like the Earth, the moon is illuminated by light from the sun. The part that gets sunlight is day, while the other part that is away from the light is night. But the day and night on the moon are quite different from the Earth. For example, a day on the moon is equal to 29.5 days on Earth, while a night on the moon is 2 weeks long on Earth. That's because the moon takes 29.5 days to revolve around the Earth, while it makes a complete rotation. As there is no air to act as regulator, the temperature in the day differs greatly from the nights. It can reach a high of 140 degrees Celsius in the day and a low of minus 180 degrees at night. Are you clear about this?
Well, Steady Snail, you're standing on top of my money. You'll still want me to live on the moon? This is giving me a headache.
Which is bigger, the sun or the moon?
The moon is so big tonight. Huh? It's Steady Snail. Steady Snail, have you come for a walk?
Yes, it's such a cool evening. Look at the moon. It's bigger than the sun. That's why I'm brave enough to come out.
Oh, I see. I have a question for you. Do you really think the moon is bigger than the sun?
Yes.
Well, you're wrong. The sun appears to be the same size as the moon, but in actual fact, it's much bigger. How much bigger? 100 million times bigger. And how big is that? Imagine a big gunny sack with rice filled to the brim. The sun is like the sack, while the moon is like the tiny grains of rice. Then why does the moon appear to be the same size as the sun? It is because the sun is very far from the Earth, while the moon is very much nearer, so they appear to be the same size, but the sun is definitely bigger. What's the matter, Steady Snail?
The moon is being blocked by something, and the moonlight is gone. I'm scared.
Relax, Steady Snail. It's my head that's blocking the moon. The moon is still up there.
I nearly died of fright.
What is a lunar eclipse?
Kindly Rabbit, you look very bored. It's Mid-Autumn Festival today. Let us share some stories about the moon, shall we?
Let me think. Chang'e flies to the moon. The story of Wugang.
What else?
I've run out of stories.
I'll talk about something different, like the celestial dog eats the moon. Have you heard this story before?
Celestial dog eats the moon? What is it about?
It actually refers to a lunar eclipse.
Lunar eclipse?
Everything has shadows as long as it is under the sun. People, trees, and even planet Earth have shadows. At night, people live in the shadow of the Earth. Earth's shadow is extremely long. The moon revolves around the Earth. Sometimes it enters the Earth's shadow. When this happens, it can't get the sun, so there's no moonlight. People won't be able to see the moon until it comes out of the Earth's shadow. A lunar eclipse occurs when the moon enters the shadow of the Earth. That's also called celestial dog eats the moon.
Yes, Professor. Huh? Where are the moon cakes?
Whoa, whoa.
Truly Doggy ate them.
celestial dog ate the moon.
What are partial and total lunar eclipses?
The moon is especially beautiful on Mid-Autumn Festival. Don't keep eating mooncakes, Snoozy Pig.
I'm not. I still remember what happened in class today.
Oh, you mean to say you haven't forgotten the lesson I gave on partial and total lunar eclipses?
Oh, no, I was going to say I fell asleep during class.
Oh, I knew it. I'm going to repeat what I said about partial and total lunar eclipses, so listen closely. When the moon enters the Earth's shadow, a lunar eclipse occurs. Those are two types of eclipses, partial and total. When part of the moon enters the Earth's shadow before it moves into a straight line with the sun and Earth, a partial lunar eclipse takes place. Only part of the moon turns dark. When the moon enters the Earth's shadow completely, as it moves into a straight line with the Earth and sun, the whole moon turns dark. This is a total lunar eclipse. Are you clear about this, Snoozy Pig?
Oh, yes, Professor, yes. I'll show you what is partial lunar eclipse and what is a total lunar eclipse. This is a partial lunar eclipse, and this is a total lunar eclipse. Am I right, Professor?
Oh, he can't just stay away from food. I give up.
What is a solar eclipse?
What a nice sunny day. The sun is missing. The world has come to an end. Help!
Ah, this is a rare sight. I must observe it closely. Ah! Why are you standing in the middle of the road?
The sun has disappeared, Professor.
Ah, relax. It's only a solar eclipse. This is natural phenomenon. Sometimes when we walk under the sun, you'll feel the sky turning dark. What happened is the sun is being blocked by clouds. When the clouds move away, the sky brightens up again. Sometimes the sun gets blocked by clouds and at times by the moon. Because the moon is impervious to light, the sky turns dark, like the night when it completely blocks the sun. A solar eclipse takes place when the sun is blocked by the moon. A partial eclipse occurs when it's partially blocked. A total eclipse when it's completely blocked. But total eclipses are rare.
Oh.
So you don't have to be so afraid. Okay, I'm going to continue observing this very rare sight. Oh, that's strange. Something is wrong with this eclipse.
Professor, there's a crack in the glass on your equipment.
Oh no, it's all your fault that I broke my telescope. What am I going to do?
What are partial solar eclipse, total solar eclipse, and annular eclipse?
This is an annular eclipse. It's a type of solar eclipse. Afterwards, I'll tell you about partial and total solar eclipses. Huh? Steady Snail, where is Silky Snake?
Silky Snake? Oh, I have no idea. Oh, here he comes.
Oh,
Professor, my mother told me not to step out of the house when the sun turns into a shape like mine.
Oh, that's why. It's called a solar eclipse. It's a natural phenomenon, but it seldom occurs.
Oh, is that so?
I was just about to give a lesson on this. A solar eclipse occurs when the moon blocks the sun as it moves to position between the sun and Earth. There are 3 types of solar eclipses: partial, total, and annular. If we stand at the side of the moon's shadow, we can see part of the sun being blocked by the moon. This is called a partial solar eclipse. The distance between the Earth and sun varies at times when the sun is much further from the Earth, and if we stand in the shadow, we can see the moon blocking the sun right at the center, but it does not block the sun completely. A ring of light appears around the sun. This is called annular eclipse. When the sun is completely blocked by the moon and it turns dark on the surface while giving off a beautiful white light, a total solar eclipse occurs. Such an eclipse will only happen in the same place every 400 years. Don't miss any lesson next time. Oh!
Delicious.
What are you doing, Susie Pig? Didn't I tell you not to eat during class?
I thought this candy hoop looks very much like an annular eclipse. That's why I...
My goodness, why does everything remind him of food?
Why does the bee die after it stings someone?
Go away, little bee. Shoo! Ow! Go away! I'm going to kill you! Oh, it hurts!
What's the matter with you, Frisky Frog? What are you doing?
Oh, Professor, I got stung by a bee.
Oh, you were stung by it because you provoked it instead of paying attention in class, right? Most people fear the bee because of its sting. Actually, bees don't attack people unless they are provoked. That's because they will die after they sting someone. The bee's sting on its abdomen is connected to the poison gland and internal organs. At the tip of the sting is a hook. When the bee attacks someone, the sting will remain in the person's skin. This will in turn tear the bee's internal organs. The person feels pain from the sting while the bee gets seriously injured. Very soon the bee dies. Are you clear about this?
Oh, this is the bee that stung me just now. He's dead. Boys and girls, we should never provoke bees. It brings harm to us as well as the bees.
What is the function of the fish fin?
Got it. Now for a good meal. Oh, it hurts. It hurts.
Oh, what's wrong, Kitty Cat?
I caught a fish and got pricked by its fins. It's so painful. Professor, why do fishes have fins?
Oh, let me explain. The fish has fins on its body, dorsal fins on its back, caudal fins on its tail, and pectoral fins on its thorax. It also has abdominal and anal fins. If we liken the fish to a small boat, its caudal fin is the boat's helm. Its pectoral and abdominal fins are the oars. The fish swims about in the water by moving its body and fins. Its dorsal fins keep the body balanced. If we cut off its dorsal and anal fins, the fish will turn and toss in water. Some fishes, like the sailfish, have long, sharp pricks on their backs to protect themselves from attacks by other fishes. Do you have any more questions?
No, Professor. But my arm is injured. How am I going to fish again? I'm going to starve to death.
Why do flying fishes fly?
What do you think, Chirpy Bird? Do you find this fun?
Yes, I do. It's even better than flying.
Oh, huh? Really?
Oh, what's that, Professor? It's a fish that's able to fly. Ooh. You mean it actually has wings and can fly?
Oh, the fish you saw is a flying fish.
Flying fish?
It's a kind of fish in the ocean that moves around in a group and glides to a height of 5 or 6 meters. Sometimes it looks as if it's flying. The pectoral fins of the flying fish are very developed. When the fish leaps out of the water, its pair of pectoral fins are like wings of a bird taking off into the air. Sometimes the flying fish gets chased by bigger and more vicious fishes as they swim in the water. The flying fish will then swim very fast and leap out of the water using its caudal fins. It glides for a distance before it enters the water again. Flying fishes have been around for a very long time. Are you clear about this? Chirpy bird, where are you? Chirpy bird!
An eagle flying above is trying to catch me. He thinks I'm a fish. It's safer for me to hide in the water.
A flying fish and a swimming bird? I think I'm going crazy.
Why is there a hole at the bottom of a flower pot?
Oh dear, what happened to my flowers?
Maybe you forgot to water them.
I didn't forget. Not only do I water my flowers every day, I fertilise and weed them regularly.
Oh, let me take a look. Oh, your
Oh.
pot doesn't have a hole at the bottom.
Why must a flower pot have a hole?
Well, let me explain. Flower pots have holes at the base for a reason. When we pour too much water and the flower pot does not have a hole at the bottom, the roots will be soaked. Gradually, they will start to rot and the flowers will die. But if the pot has a hole, any excess water will flow through it. In this way, the flowers will not die. Do you understand now?
Yes, I do.
What's the matter now, Frisky Frog?
I did what you said. I made a hole at the bottom of the pot, but it was too big. The flowers and soil dropped out of the pot.
Oh, my goodness.
Why does a flower wither when its leaves are removed?
Professor, are you planting flowers?
Oh, that's a beautiful garland.
Thank you. It took me a long time to weave it.
It is indeed not easy to string all those flowers together. Removing all the leaves alone must have been tough.
Yes, it was difficult, Professor. If that's the case, why don't we just snip off the leaves when we grow young plants?
Oh, that won't do. Many of us who love flowers think that by removing all the leaves, the flowers will be bigger and prettier. In actual fact, if you remove all the leaves, the flowers will wither fast.
Oh.
Why do flowers wither away if we pluck their leaves? Well, all leaves contain a greenish substance known as chlorophyll. Chlorophyll absorbs sunlight to produce nutrients for growth of the plant. If there are no leaves, the flowers will not get any nutrients and therefore they start to wither.
Oh.
I hope you understand now.
Oh dear! I have plucked all the leaves of the plant I have at home. Ah!
Oh.
Why do flowers have so many colours?
Oh, it's flowering time again. The sight of these beautiful flowers brings joy to my heart. Oh.
Hello, Professor. How do I look? I spent a lot of time on it.
To be honest, I think your natural colour is nice enough. There's no need to adorn yourself with all these flowers.
How do you mean it? But I don't understand why. These beautiful flowers are so many colours.
Oh, let me explain. Flowers come in so many beautiful colours because of the cells of their petals. They contain a natural colouring matter known as a pigment. Under certain conditions, pigments produce different colours. For instance, the pigment anthocyanidin produces shades of red, blue and violet. If the carotene content is higher, the result will be petals with the colours yellow, orange and brown. Green leaves are a result of chlorophyll. White petals have no pigment. They are full of countless tiny bubbles. If you squeeze the petals hard till all the tiny bubbles ooze out, the leaves will become colourless. I hope you understand now.
Oh, I get it now. Since I look beautiful in my natural colour, I don't need these flowers anymore. Isn't that so, Professor? OK, see you then.
Oh, how inconsiderate. Isn't that too much?
Clothes can dry in the sun. Why won't plants dry up?
Drying your clothes, Professor?
Yes, it's a sunny day. Anything put out in the sun today will dry up in no time.
Oh, everything? If that's the case, the flowers I planted in the yard will all shrivel up in the heat.
Oh, don't panic yet. Plants won't dry up.
Oh, but why not?
It's because wet clothes dry up if it's hot because the moisture under the heat of the sun gradually turns into vapour and evaporates. Similarly, when plants are left in the sun, water diffuses out into the atmosphere through the pores of the leaf. However, plants have roots which have tiny hairs growing out of them. These tiny hairs absorb water from the soil, transport it up the stem and to the leaves to replace any loss in water. But if the roots are destroyed or there is a drought, plants will wither. I hope you feel reassured now.
Oh no! What happened to the flowers? Oh, Professor, I thought you said they won't wither in the sun. But look!
Let me see. Oh, this is because you didn't water the plants. They died of thirst, not of the heat.
Why is the middle of a road higher than its sides?
Kitty Cat, stop playing and sit still.
It's all right. I'm so good at this that the balls won't roll away. Oh? Professor, how did my balls end up in the drain?
See, I told you to stop playing.
But I didn't expect the balls to roll to the sides.
That's because roads are built such that the middle is higher than the sides. Water flows from a higher level to a lower level. The middle part of the road is raised and drain holes are built on the sides. When it rains, rainwater flows from the centre to the sides of the road and into the drain holes. In this way, the road will not be flooded. If a road is level, it will flood when it rains and thus may cause traffic congestion. That's why roads are constructed this way, to prevent flooding. You understand now? Where's Kitty Cat?
Oh, I lost my balls.
You deserve it.
Why do we check the condition of a tyre by immersing it in water?
Where on earth is it? Why is it flat? This is strange.
What's going on, Creaky Mouse?
Oh, this is annoying. My bicycle tyre is punctured, but I can't seem to find the hole. Where was it punctured?
Let me think of a way to help you. I've got it. All you need to do is immerse the tire in water.
Immerse it in water? Why?
Oh, well, when a tire is punctured by a nail, air leaks out from it, but the hole punctured is too small to be seen by the naked eye. What's more, air is colorless, so you can't see where it's coming out from. If you immerse the tire in water, air inside the tire will escape through the hole, streaming into the water to form foamy bubbles. From these bubbles, you can trace the hole. Then you can mend it. Therefore, the best solution is to immerse it in water.
Oh dear, look! Oh, my bicycle! It's all your fault! My bicycle is sunk into the pond!
I didn't ask you to immerse the whole bicycle in water.
Why do cars have coil springs?
How puzzling.
What's puzzling you, Silky Snake?
Oh, Professor!
Has something aroused your curiosity again?
Oh, I'm glad you're here, Professor. I'm puzzled. Oh, why is this?
Why is this chain hanging like this?
Oh, yes. Please tell me why.
Well, listen carefully. Petrol is highly inflammable. Just a tiny spark will ignite it. When a car starts, petrol in the tank will shake non-stop. This movement against the petrol tank produces electricity. Electrostatic sparks will be produced in no time to ignite the petrol, causing the petrol tank to explode. To prevent the petrol from bursting into flames, electricity must be channeled away. This is why at the back of every car, there is a chain dangling on the ground. It channels the electricity produced in the tank to the ground. As such, electrostatic charges will not be produced and petrol in the tank will not burst into flames. Are you still puzzled now? Huh?
I understand now.
Wow! Silky Snake!
I don't want to be a static
Silky
chain!
Snake!
Why does a person get thrown forward when a car brakes?
Oh, Snoozy Pig, are you hurt? Oh,
Oh, why was I thrown out of the car, even though I'm so heavy?
oh, that's because I braked suddenly and so you were thrown forward.
Oh, but why?
Oh, that's because when a person is running, there's no way he can stop suddenly. He needs to slow down first. When a person is running and he trips over a small rock, his body bends. He falls forward before tumbling down. When you are in a car, your body moves forward with the car. If you apply the brakes, the car stops immediately. Friction with the floor of the car prevents your feet from moving, but your body continues to surge forward. Children traveling in a car should always hold on tight to the car handle to avoid being thrown off. Do you understand now, Snoozy Pig?
Oh, yes, I do. Unfortunately, the impact of the fall makes me unable to get up.
Still, you have crushed that rock into bits, and that's an obstacle removed.
Why do some children wet the bed?
Oh, I need to relieve myself. Oh. Heavenly. Oh, dear! Yeah, oh my goodness! It was only a dream.
What's the matter, Kitty Cat?
Oh, Professor, I've wet the bed again. I just don't understand why I keep doing it.
Oh, don't be upset. When you sleep, the brain cells take a rest too. However, some cells remain awake. Among these cells are those that control urination. These cells do not sleep and are partially active. During the night, when the bladder swells with the accumulation of urine, it immediately sends signals to the active cells in the brain that control urination and awakens the surrounding sleeping cells. At this point, the person wakes up to relieve himself. However, children who have been very active in the day sleep so well at night that even the cells in the brain controlling urination also take a rest. Hence, when the bladder is full, no signals are given and bedwetting occurs. I hope that's assuring to you.
Ah, so that's how it is. All right then, good night.
Oh no! Oh, you just wet the bed and you're going to sleep just like that?
Oh, after that long explanation, my bed is almost dry now.
Oh my goodness, what a dirty cat you are!
Why is it not advisable for children to sleep on soft beds?
What's the matter, kindly rabbit? You look so glum.
I had a nap and now my back is aching.
Oh, let me take a look at your bed. Ah, no wonder your back is aching. Your bed's too soft, that's why.
How does that affect my back?
It certainly does. Children are at the growing stage and their bones are soft. When a child sleeps, the soft mattress sinks. Whether he sleeps supine or on his side, the spinal cord is affected. For instance, sleeping on one's back all the time makes one hunch. If you are fond of sleeping on your side, your spinal cord will curve to one side. Before long, it will be deformed. Not only is that ugly, it will also affect the development of your organs. So I suggest you get a firm mattress. Kylie Rabbit, what happened to you?
It's too late. I can't straighten up now. Now I'm a turtle like you.
Oh, what a headache.
Why do our anuses itch when we are sleeping?
Snoozy Pig, your alarm clock has been ringing. Why are you still in bed?
Oh, Professor, I didn't sleep well last night. I'm too tired to get up.
Oh, you didn't sleep well? I find that hard to believe.
My anus was itching all night. I couldn't get to sleep at all.
Oh, I see. In my opinion, you must have worm in your stomach.
Oh, worms in my stomach.
Yes, I think so. When your anus itches when you are sleeping at night, this is the work of a certain kind of worm known as pinworms. They live in the large intestine. Pinworms look like white thread ends. They always wait till a person is asleep before laying eggs on the rectum. That causes itchiness and you start scratching your anus. Some eggs are caught in your fingernails. If you don't wash your hands before you eat, the eggs are swallowed into your stomach again. Thus you infect yourself. The pinworms simply multiply. So if your anus is itchy, don't scratch it. Now, do you understand? Oh, well, didn't you listen to what I just said? Why are you still sucking your thumb?
Oops.
Yes!
Oh, Snoozy Pig! You spat pinworm eggs on my face!
Why is it more refreshing to take a hot bath than a cold bath in summer?
What are you doing here, Professor? Ouch!
Oh, sorry. I came here for some water so that I can take a bath.
Oh, it's such a sunny day. Why didn't you just jump into the river for a wash?
Oh, I'd rather take a hot bath at home because that's more refreshing.
Oh, I don't believe you.
It's true. Our skin has numerous hair follicles. When the temperature is high, they secrete sweat to remove excess body heat through evaporation. When you shower with hot water, The sweat glands open up and body heat is dissipated quickly. You feel refreshed after taking a hot bath. But if you shower with cold water, the sweat glands contract and your body heat is unable to escape. You feel cool while bathing, but once you step out of the bathroom, you feel warm all over. So on a hot day, it's better to take a hot shower.
Oh.
Are you convinced now?
Oh, that's enlightening.
Very well. I'm going off to take a hot bath. After talking for so long, I'm beginning to realize how hot I am. Oh, my goodness! Oh, my goodness, what on earth are you doing?
Who cares whether it's cold or hot water? Let's enjoy ourselves.
Oh, I agree with that.
为什么？为什么？为什么？为什么天空会有雨？
为什么飞机会飞行？
为什么月亮有时圆有时又不圆？乌拉博士来说明10万个为什么，告诉你10万个为什么？为什么？为什么？为什么？为什么孔雀会开屏？
为什么螃蟹有横心？
为什么海水有时急有时又变大？